Hello class, and welcome to your first virtual lecture. Today we'll be discussing the Persuasive Speech Assignment, which is in full detail for you within Chapter 15. So let's get started by talking about the purpose of the Persuasive Speech Assignment. So what's the purpose of the Persuasive Speech Assignment? Well, it's actually twofold. First, we want to help you learn how to effectively write and extemporaneously deliver a persuasive speech. So this is a little different from the other two speeches that you've given, which were informative speeches. In those speeches, we ask you to stay very objective and neutral in your language, and don't give us so much of your opinion, instead give us the facts. Here, we'll see a mix of both. The second purpose of the Persuasive Speech Assignment is to allow you an opportunity to change attitudes, actions, or beliefs about a social injustice or issue that you feel passionate about. So before we get into the tasks associated with this assignment, let's have a little pop quiz. How long should your Persuasive Speech Assignment be? If you said 5 to 6 minutes, you're correct. So now let's go into what are the different tasks associated with the Persuasive Speech Assignment. The first task for your Persuasive Speech Assignment will be to select and research a topic that can be presented in a persuasive manner. Before conducting your research, you will need to select 2 possible speech topics and enter them into our class Google Doc. This Google Doc can be accessed under the Persuasive Speech section of our Canvas course page. Once you have entered your 2 topics, I will go in and approve one by highlighting it in green. Additionally, I will email you letting you know your topic has been approved and that you should begin your research immediately. For the Persuasive Speech Assignment, you will need a minimum of 5 sources. Each main point should have at least 1 source, with 2 of the 3 main points having at least 2 sources apiece. As we discussed for the informative speech, it is easier to find sources once you know what you're looking for. With this in mind, I would suggest writing up a rough draft for what you'd like to say, so you can just get an idea which sections need the most support, and then base your source search on that. As with the previous assignment, all sources should pass the CRAP test, and at least one should be from a peer-reviewed journal article. Additionally, for this assignment, at least 3 of the 5 sources should have an author's first and last name. Once you found your sources, make sure to write out your oral citations within your rough draft. Remember, you should have as many of the 4 oral citation components as possible. For help with oral citations, make sure to refer back to the quick guide on page 121 of the text. Also, as you find sources, you should be putting together your APA reference page. As always, you should be checking Purdue for the most up-to-date formatting for these APA citations. Once you have these sources, you should be able to construct a full sentence rough draft. All rough drafts submitted should have a minimum of 3 sources already included in both oral citation and APA format. As always, you will turn this rough draft in on Canvas to receive my feedback. Remember, the due date is still Thursday the 26th by class time. Once you receive my feedback by no later than Sunday the 29th at 11:59 p.m., you will be able to start making the necessary revisions. As for the in-class peer workshop, we will find an alternative solution so that you complete this virtually and still receive the points associated with this, as well as receive partner feedback and speech practice. You will also be creating a PowerPoint presentation for this speech, which you will upload to a new Canvas PowerPoint upload assignment that I will be creating for the persuasive speech. As with the informative speech, I will view and grade these with your speech. However, we're still unsure if we can set this up for you to share your PowerPoints with your classmates at the same time that you deliver your speech. Unless something changes, speeches will be delivered via Zoom as scheduled beginning April 14th. I will update the speech order document to reflect any changes due to students who may not have shown up for their informative speech. Please make sure to check which day you present once the changes have been made, which I'll make you aware of via Canvas announcement. Once your speech is complete, make sure to upload your video to Acclaim by no later than 11:59 p.m. the night of your speech. You can then watch your and some peers' videos and provide your self-reflection and peer evaluations according to the prompts found on the Canvas course page, which you should be utilizing for each speech. Lastly, you will need to have sent me a picture copy of your peer workshop sheet for credit, as well as your speaking notes. Again, this should be completed no later than 11:59 p.m. the night of your speech. And that's it. That's the persuasive speech assignment and the 10 tasks associated with it. Still need help and have questions regarding the persuasive speech assignment? Here are a few tips. 1. Make sure that you use the worksheet on page 151 to 152 of your text. This worksheet has been specifically designed to help students guide their way through the persuasive speech process. 2. Make sure you watch videos 2 to 3 for Chapter 15 for more detail on persuasion. This will include persuasive speech types and organizational patterns, as well as what the persuasive speech process is. 3. Help each other. You all have different knowledge and different understandings of the text, so make sure that you post your questions and answer questions on this week's discussion board, which I've posted under videos 1 through 3. And lastly, as always, feel free to join my office hours or email me at any time. I might not be able to get to you right away, but I will get to you as soon as possible, and you know my rule, 24 hours or less. If you have any questions, again, look at the discussion board or email me as soon as possible. Have a great week, and please enjoy both videos 2 and 3 for Chapter 15.